Let me give you a quick question to wake you up. When looping, should your hand be farther away from your body or closer to your body? Remember two key points. Don't extend the arm outward, and don't let it sink down. The arm is fully extended here. That's too far away from the body. Don't use your arm to adjust the contact distance. Everyone must remember this. When you switch from backhand to forehand, sometimes you overrun the position, and sometimes you don't move far enough. You can't lock onto the contact point. Even professional players can't find the exact point in their first encounter. Only after playing many times can you lock it in. If you're not familiar, you only know it's coming to your forehand roughly. You can't know the exact placement every time. Let me teach you something here. When moving from backhand to forehand, step this foot toward the middle. Yes, my right foot steps into the middle. If the angle is wide, watch my center of gravity. My feet don't move again, because you can't move your feet twice. That's impossible. It's too difficult. You can only step here first. For a wide angle ball, shift your weight onto the right leg. If the coverage is just right, you can loop the ball comfortably. If the ball is here, shift your weight onto the left leg. That solves the problem. Don't give up just because the angle is wide. No one can step perfectly every time. As long as your foot lands roughly here, your coverage is already very large. If the ball still goes past you, that's a judgment issue. When switching from backhand to forehand, this foot must step into this half of the table, and it must step toward the middle. When the hand is closer to the body, the swing speed is faster. When the hand is too far away, you can't control it anymore. Once you apply power, the ball flies long. So your power must stay compact. Yes, apply force in a tight range. At this position, watch me switch backhand to forehand. Wide angle, shift weight to the right leg. Smaller angle, shift weight to the left leg. Normal ball, just swing naturally. This is extremely practical. Otherwise, what problems do players face? They stop moving on wide angles and get jammed on smaller angles. You only vaguely know whether the ball goes to forehand or backhand. You can't step into the perfect position every time. That's simply impossible. We must adjust based on real match situations. Adjusting position and weight transfer. When you are in a rally for 2 consecutive shots, the next stroke must be smaller than your normal swing. For example, when I go backhand to forehand, normally I loop like this, but now I must loop like this. Normally I play my backhand like this. Now it has to be even smaller, because there is a transition issue from the previous shot. That's why looping often goes long. The friction direction at the V shape of your thumb is wrong. Watch this movement. Where is the thumb pointing? It's pointing upward. After I finish the loop, the thumb should point forward. Both shakehand and penhold point forward. In a standard topspin system, the ball has already risen to eyebrow height. Many players, when they start hitting, have the thumb pointing upward. When hitting lightly, everything goes on. But once you try to add power, the ball definitely goes long. The thumb direction determines your arm recovery direction. Every stroke needs a different recovery angle for different balls. Against pimpled rubber, thumb up is fine. When the incoming ball has a low arc and is relatively short, the thumb should point more forward. If you also want to add power, just lifting upward will send the ball long. So you must use a third recovery angle, with the thumb pointing forward. If it's a high arc topspin ball, then the thumb must point downward. The thumb controls both the recovery angle and direction. Using only one angle for all balls will never give stable consistency. So the arm recovery angle changes step by step when viewed from the side. We cannot use one fixed motion and one fixed angle. The angle must always change based on the ball. When switching from backhand rally to forehand, watch how I hit a flat ball. I close the racket like this, and the ball still lands on the table. So don't be afraid of hitting the net. Recovering the forearm from here won't hit the net. Some people ask why they hit the net. If you hit the net, there are other reasons. For example, being jammed or unable to apply force, or facing opponents using pips, or your recovery is too slow. With normal forearm recovery, you won't hit the net. So when playing a fast topspin drive, you must close the racket angle. Because you want to create spin, you must meet the ball forward to generate quality. So when you reach this contact point, the racket angle must be slightly closed. This is a topspin ball. Close the racket and go forward. Then go upward, don't lift straight up, that's the error. Forearm recovery speed is a common issue for amateur players, especially during backhand to forehand transitions. They do this. They can't complete the motion. No matter what, the final action must be completed, including against backspin. Mistakes happen because the motion isn't finished. When switching from backhand to forehand, your first reaction must be to finish the recovery within the effective time window. Quickly complete the arm recovery. Finish the movement immediately. This is the most critical point. I've watched many amateur matches. Their first reaction is always this. They just tried to touch the ball back. That is wrong. Because many rallies are already passive situations. When both players are rallying at a similar level, or when your opponent is slightly stronger, you must fully complete your technique. Swing fast, recover fast. Let me show you a faster recovery.